Hi guys.
Hi Steve, hi everybody. How you all going?
Hiya. You alright?
Yeah, very well, and you?
Not bad.
Good. Having a good weekend?
Yeah, it's okay so far.
Good.
You?
Right. Yeah, fantastic. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Just gonna put us onto YouTube and all that very quickly. Right. Hello everybody, hope you're going well. We're over in Discord as always, going to talk about our algo trading, our plans, the updates and all of that great stuff. If you want to come and join me, it's discord.gg/DaviddTech. Come and join us, come and talk about algo trading. See you over there. Right, gonna remove myself from the screen over here, or you can stay here on YouTube of course, but if you want to come and chat. Right, how do I remove myself from the screen here? There we go. Right, there we go. Okay. Just start the events and all that thing. You there, Will? Yeah, you're there, aren't you? Is Vlad there?
We get link and everything for you.
Yeah, it's alright. Just sorting it all out at the moment. Events here. Start event, I guess. Yeah, about time, isn't it? Yeah, right, cool. Here we go. Start event.
Want me to get the message done for you?
I've done an everyone message. We're good. We're good to go. Yeah.
Might have to leave early from it because I've got my tea. My wife's cooking me tea for me in about an hour.
That's a good excuse. That's good enough. I accept that one.
What's
she cooking us?
Chicken pie.
Oh,
okay.
Oh man, I miss pie.
Say that'll be another 4, will you?
Chicken pie in ages, man. Right. Hello, everybody. Hi, Steve. Hi, Wayne. How are you all going? We're just a couple of us today. I thought I'd jump in as I decided to take a couple of days off over at the end of the week, and I thought I'd just jump in and go through all of the updates. There's quite a few. There's quite a few for March coming up. Loads of new tools, loads of new sort of live streams that I'm going to be doing. All of that great stuff for the end of the month and March. Well, starting from Monday to tomorrow. But as I wasn't here on Thursday, I thought I'd just jump in and give an update. Hi Dark, how you going? Okay, I suppose I'll do like the intro whilst we're waiting for everybody, because nobody really is that bothered, I'm sure, about this bit out. Okay, my screen is being shared, I believe. Hi Craig, how you going? Right, so as always, a little disclaimer before I get on. Not in the slightest stage trading guru. Welcome to everybody to the chat. I'm not in the slightest stage trading guru, just trying to debunk markets with math and code, trying to build strategies and tools, hopefully fill in the gaps that we find in TradingView and all the other tools, hopefully offering the tools that can help us to create great trading strategies. Normally, like I said, I come in every Thursday to do this, and hopefully as of next week, well, past couple of weeks I've been doing it most days, but as of next week, hopefully there'll be sort of a plan in there so that anybody that's just getting started will be able to go through everything. Not sure if Vlad's about. We'll send Vlad a message as well very quickly. If we just send Vlad a message, Will. Just he had a couple of people to invite in, I think. So as always, welcome to anybody who's just joined the group, and welcome back to everybody who's been here for a while. Just going to go through, if you have any questions about DaviddTech or any strategies, any of the updates or anything as we go along, please don't hesitate to interrupt me and ask away. I'm here to answer questions. Yep, so that's pretty much that. So over the past couple of weeks, as everybody knows, I've been working with William and a couple of other developers. I've rebuilt the team after a couple of developers, unfortunately, because of the global situations and things like that. I had to find new developers and things like that, which kind of slowed down the process. So everything's back to normal now. We now have some great developers, and William that's joined the team for helping manage some of the projects and also build some new tools and go with developers and all that. So finally seem to be putting the puzzle, the piece back into the puzzle and finding some organization around the Discord. And hopefully today I'll be able to explain the new tools that I've been building, because there's lots of them, and I'll be going through them throughout the week. So today I'm going to be talking about obviously the strategies from DaviddTech, the Optimiser, incubate.trade, testing.trade, developer traders.dev, David.ai, trigger.trade, Optibot, and Spotify. Told you there was a lot of new updates. So we've got quite a lot of new things going on in there, loads of new names that nobody's seen yet, and loads of tools that have been built in the past and not either finished or nobody really took interest into them, only because of my own fault, because I didn't explain them correctly and things like that. But we've got lots of new tools in there ready to be built. Hi Marco, how you going, mate? Nice to see you.
Hey David, good afternoon.
How you going, mate?
I'm fine. Enjoying the sun.
Oh yeah, it's a lovely day today, isn't it? Lovely.
Yes. Yeah, very good. Only
Yeah,
a little bit cold, but the weather is looking good.
Yeah, a little bit cold. Yeah. I got back from my week holiday and it rained all week, and got home and it was lovely sun. So
Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed your holiday.
yeah, it was nice. It was nice to get away a bit.
Yeah, in the West Island.
Yeah, it was just on the west coast of France. William come and met up with me, and we sort of did some late night coding and sort of building all of these new tools together and things like that. So it was a kind of a coding break, but working at the same time. But yeah, so it's nice.
Nice.
It's good. Yeah. It was
Near Bordeaux.
it was Narmoutier. It's not far from Bordeaux, probably about 2 hours up towards the north of Brittany. It's Narmoutier. It's just an island, very well-known island off of Brittany in France.
Okay. Is it near the Vendée?
Yeah, Vendée. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It was nice to get away.
Yeah, I was there. Les Sables d'Olonne.
Yeah, Sables d'Olonne. Yeah, I know that place well.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I was there.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
That's lovely up there. Love
Yes,
that
it's
place,
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. So whilst I was away with William, we've finished building a load of these tools here that I'm about to sort of go through. Sorry, Will?
He only gave you 1 day off.
Here you go. No, you didn't get no days off.
Can't hear him.
He can't hear you very well, Will. Your head's in the cupboard somewhere. Yeah, okay, it's gone. Yeah, so we've started building some tools. Like I just said, we've brought loads of things I built there as thanks to yourself, Marco. The Optimiser has been updated. There's another update that's going to be sent today or tomorrow, with a couple more updates in, which everybody in the community, it's been Marco. Very much thanks to Marco, beta testing everything, sending the information to the developer, and getting everything fixed on the Optimiser. So I've been we've been working on that. Got a full-time developer on that project by itself now. As before, it was something that I was working on as an open source with another developer. Now it's got a full-time developer on there who fixes bugs, adds anything that Marco needs and anything else that the community needs inside the extension. Will be added to the Optimiser. As long as he's got free time, anything that's needed for it, it will be built. I'm going to be speaking about how we go around all of this inside of Discord, because otherwise it's going to end up in a jolly mess like it did before. But we'll find ways of building forums so that we can sort of like suggest ideas for the Optimiser and things like that. Been building also incubate.trade, which I'll go through over here. What I'll do is I'll go through the slides, otherwise I'm going to get a bit confused. So I've been trying to think of ideas. Very much like I said, went through a lot of courses recently, trying to put some organization into all of the tools that we've got and trying to build a foundation for DaviddTech, because we've got loads of tools that fill absolutely tons of gaps in the TradingView software and any other trading software. The build of strategies, the future of David.ai, which is going very well in development. The Optimiser, as TradingView has no optimizing tools. The backtesting tools, which I'm going to share with you during the week this week, which are tools like the Monte Carlo and things like that. Incubate.trade, which is a tool that we built a long time ago but never really used, which I'm going to go through on a full video next week. To explain how it works, completely recoded it, added multi-take profits and all of that kind of stuff, so we can test better. And then we have obviously Trigger Trade, which William's been working on to build to connect to the exchanges, adding more exchanges as we go along, different pair, well, not pairs, but things like inverse and things like that, USDC and all of that kind of thing has been added to Trigger Trade. So I just sort of brainstormed some ideas here. There's nothing really interested. These are the ideas I'm going to go through over March. Things like introducing you to algo trading, setting up the environment inside of TradingView, all of those kind of things. How I dealt with December, not particularly always the best way that I dealt with it, but how I did when I had an extreme, not extreme, but a markdown inside my account and things like that, optimizing, all of those kind of things I'll go through in March, but I'll move on to the next bit because that's not really that important. Next week, as it's written, I'm going to be doing live streams every day next week, from Monday through Friday. Going to be going through introduction of, like I just said, algo trading, so things like setting up the strategies inside from DaviddTech, setting up the environment inside of TradingView, then going through Tuesday how to optimize, how I optimize, building your own optimization plan, because there's no point in just optimizing every single field inside of inside of any trading strategy. It just does not make any sense whatsoever. All you're doing is setting yourself up to fail. So going to give you a plan on how to set up your optimizer, what things are optimizing. Going to talk about things like overfitting, curve fitting, if you will, or over optimization, back testing, how you could potentially set up in and out of sample data, and walk forward testing, how you could do that using like hacky methods of doing it, using the optimizer and the dates inside of the TradingView strategies. Not the best ways of doing that, but as TradingView doesn't have any alternative, I'll show you how I went through doing it when I was setting up things like the dead zone and things like that, because like I said, keep saying when I'm optimizing, I'm not only optimizing for myself, I'm optimizing for you guys. So I'm always optimizing and making sure these things are slightly better than I would do it for myself. So I'll go through things like my walk forward testing and my in and out of sample data, how I did that, that kind of thing. Wednesday, I've put day off. I don't know if we'll have a day off. We'll talk about it if there's anything, maybe just do an AMA or something like that for what we've gone through. Thursday, incubate, how to use incubate.trade. So incubate.trade, like I said, I'll go through in a second, allows you to connect very much like as if you're connecting inside of Bybit, and allows you to record all the results of your trading strategy. I'll scroll down in a sec. Anyway, it uses the same methodology as trigger.trade to activate your trades inside of a database. And before, it relied on a second alert to exit a trade, but now it actually takes the data from Bybit. Currently only works on Bybit. I have plans of integrating all the data for Polygon.net.io, which allows us to do lots of other exchanges and also things like FOREX and things like that as well. But at the moment it's at Bybit. The data is coming from Bybit because it just gave me a step-by-step to be able to start building these tools and actually finish them and making them usable for everybody. So things like we'll go through how to connect, and I'll go through in a minute, like I said, incubate.trade, how long I would test for, how many trades would be a minimum number of trades in the incubation period, good strategies, bad strategies, when it's a good sign to give up and move on to the next strategy because of overfitting, things like that. And then on Friday, I thought we could go through things like Trigger Trade, how to connect to Trigger Trade, or invite William along, show you how to connect your bots directly to Bybit or another exchange. I'll also go through things like building your own strategy, how you can get started with that, hopefully provide you with some kind of boilerplate. Might not be next week, but maybe the Friday afterwards, because I'll do this weekly. Build you a boilerplate. And then I'll go through things like Botify and Optibot to show you how to sort of like validate an idea, or give you at least some kind of validation for any trading strategies that you've got, so that you can at least think about how things could work before actually coding it and wasting too much time coding. So I'll go through all of these very quickly. As you know, Trigger Trade, probably because William did a live stream during the week, Trigger Trade had a lot of updates this week. There was a slight problem because of the IPs had a problem inside of Bybit, and at the beginning of the week, we took that opportunity to recode everything to the latest versions of their API, and making things a lot faster and accountable for. For instance, as I said before, we added things before, which were things like the bot actually checks to make sure that there's a stop loss and things like that. That's worked with no problem since the very beginning. Now we're trying to make the bot accountable for the amount of times that orders are taking. On average, they're currently 0.22 seconds. It's also going to have a debug report underneath it in your telegrams. You'll be able to see your entry price, your position, your stop loss, all of that inside of a nice message from Telegram. All of this is in the latest version of trigger.trade. So if there's any problems, William from Trigger Trade, well, from DaviddTech got Trigger Trade, has a website which allows you to keep an eye on to make sure everything's all right, and he also will be able to talk to anybody directly in the community if there's any problems triggering orders on Bybit. So it was something we took the opportunity to do because of the downtime of Bybit for a couple of hours. So that's Trigger Trade. So the tool that connects you directly from TradingView to Bybit, Binance, and a couple of others. There's also a Chrome extension coming very shortly for it, which allows you to, anybody manual trading will allow you to have a box over the top of your TradingView chart, which allows you to take manual trades by clicking a button, and it will automatically take that trade directly from your TradingView chart. So that's another tool that's coming out very shortly as well. If anybody's got any questions, please don't hesitate to interrupt at any time. I kind of just yabber on, so please don't hesitate to interrupt at any time. Okay, so I'll move on. Incubate.trade is a platform that I started building. It used to be called trader.dev, but moving it over to Incubate.trade, it's a new platform that I've rewritten. Like I said, took a week to work with other developers and William to make this better. Is going to be using exactly the same methods as if it was actually really entering into a trade inside of Bybit. Goes and gets the data from Bybit instantly as you take a trade. So it works in the same way as Bybit. It gives you a code that you have to put into the indicator, and then that will automatically activate trades inside of Incubate.trade. What it does is, instead of using the test net, which is great, but until you get like 10 strategies running all in the same pair, and you can't differentiate any one of the strategies, this is what I have of problems. You can't differentiate strategies, so you can't tell which one's really winning, which one's really losing, unless you go back to the charts, and then you have to go through and what the heck's the point in that? You might as well have just went to the charts anyway. So the idea here is it actually activates a trade inside, as if it's a paper trading bot inside of Incubate.trade. The data is then from that point onwards downloaded from Bybit every second. Sorry, somebody's just spamming along our thingy. Sorry, somebody's just spamming the old YouTube channel. Not really a big problem, just so that everybody knows that is not really me that's on YouTube that put in those 50 Bitcoins away for free. So Incubate Trade, as I was saying, activates a trade, and then it goes and gets the data every minute from, for less than a minute, on a continuous flow from Bybit. And as trades in and out, you get the same sort of notification through Telegram, so you've been exited a trade, and then it records it all into a calendar with a nice graph. There's also a nice graph with your equity curve and all of that. Means that you can just leave hundreds, if you want, of trading strategies live in the background for months, and you actually be able to see how much they would have potentially earned. It records everything from, excuse me 2 seconds, I'm just going to have a glass of water. Yeah, it records everything from the day trades were made to the win rates. Like I said, it also divides the win rates by days. So you can see potentially how much each and every day was earning. Gives you a lot more detail than it was before. And the thing that's great is, before you couldn't do the multiple take profits. You also relied on 4 alerts, as this one will rely on one single alert for the entry and the exit. So it works in the same way as if you were sending a real trade to Bybit. So it makes things a lot better. Personally, I had a sort of a Python version of this myself for trading, for recording my results. But now this is a version which has got a nice web UI and all of that, so you can see. So that's I'm going to be going through next week on Tuesday. So No, not Tuesday. Sorry, Thursday. Yes, Marco.
Can we also save our CSV files?
For
Settings for the strategies. So that we know, for example, if we want to save 100 strategies there, then it will be difficult to monitor which strategy is which one.
So incubate.trade. Let me see if I can pull this up on here. I'll have a look just very quickly. Let me just see if I can pull it up very quickly on David Demos over here, maybe. Let me have a look. I'll give you like a quick view. Oh, that's the pre-market open. There's Discord. Don't want all of that open, otherwise it will just bear me 2 seconds. Incubate.
Yeah, on the website we only see some HTML code.
Yeah, it's not. I was leaving it for till tomorrow, to be honest. Until during the week, so that I could go through. It's the same as trader.dev. Oh dear. Let me just go log in. Let's see if I can log in or not. Right, there we go. Of course.
Is it fully tested?
Yes, indeed. I've been testing it for a while. Like I said, the actual back code to the back end of it, I've had running myself, just it's on my GitHub. It's a code that kind of triggers off a trade and then just records it into an Excel spreadsheet. All I've done is given the Excel spreadsheet a nice panel, if you will, so that I could like show everybody the results in a nice graph instead of it just being in Python. Let me just pull this over very, very quickly here, just so that I can try and find a password for it. There we go. Oh, that's the admin password. That's not going to be any good. Let me see. I've got my mobile phone with me. Yes, I have. Let me have a look. See. Sorry about this. Last. There we go. If I go over to Ink. No, only got admin. Right. Let me just log into admin. It makes no difference anyway. Just there'll be lots of extra tabs that you won't have. Let me pull this over. Remember me. There we go. Right, okay. You're going to have to remember that this is the admin panel, so there's loads of extra tabs on the side that you won't have. So it works in the same sort of way as... wow, there's a lot of tabs here. DaviddTech. Let me find it. Where is it? Not even sure I'm sharing the right
I think you missed it.
Yep. Hi there, Brad. How you going, mate?
Hello. Just driven like a devil to get on time. Really sorry.
No problem.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Just trying to work out where on earth the Optimiser DaviddTech this support.
Just one from the bottom.
Yeah. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Let me just create a user. This would be the easiest way. Sorry about this. I should have guessed that. Should have thought about this afterwards. William, let me have a look for William. There we go. William 1, 2, 3. Edit. Sorry about now. Set new password. Let's copy that password and see if that works. Update there. So otherwise it looks a right mess and we won't. I know why. Right. I know why. I can't get in. Okay. Sorry about that. It's right. Train. Okay, that's good. All right, here we are. Let's go here. Somebody sing "Come On, David" for me.
Come on, David, come on.
No, I was joking.
Hurry up.
Thanks, mate. There we go. Right.
Marco and me are setting up a choir.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay, so obviously everything's not 100% yet, but it's been tested. Right, so as of with DaviddTech, you'll be able to add the strategies into a strategy folder. So you click strategies up here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Which screen? You can see incubate.trade, yeah?
A new strategy.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can add your strategies very much like it was on trader.dev. You add your strategies, so they're separated into strategy folders. The only real difference is the it uses the same, like I said, methodology as trigger.trade. You go over here and then you create your code for connecting to it. So instead of it waiting for this close exit code here, in predefined, if I go over to other strategies here, we go over here and add a stop loss of 4% and 5%. It's downloading the data from Bybit all day, every day, and will be, like I said, other sources as well. It goes in all day, every day, and it will be downloading that information. So as soon as it hits the stop loss, it sends you a message to Telegram. I think what you were saying, Marco, is that if there's like 100 strategies in there, each and every strategy will have their own name in here, so you'll be able to see what strategy it is, upload your CSV file with all of the data inside of it, so that you won't get lost and you'll be able to find the settings pretty easy. Is that
Indeed.
right? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it took me ages to log in. I could have just said it. So it works in the same way as before. It just now has the data from Bybit. So it's everything's separated into folders, into strategy names, so that you can connect easy. And it also has the TradingView API that I created hacked together, which allows us to download all of our settings from the trading strategies on each and every URL. So you'll never lose those settings if you went away and all of a sudden you changed that chart, and or because you've got a lower charge plan on TradingView, it'll download all of those settings so that you won't lose them afterwards. So yeah.
Okay, so all settings are uploaded, and we can click download them with one click on the button.
Yeah, absolutely. So like it did before, it didn't before, but like for instance, inside the Optimiser, you can download all of the settings. It does exactly the same function as that. It downloads the settings only if you share the chart. Obviously, if you don't share the chart, it will not.
And this will also be connected to David.ai?
Eventually, yes. The idea is to have all of the tools sort of having a way of connecting to each other. David.ai has its own sort of optimizer inside of it, so it won't need the optimizer, but the things like this, I will be going through how to build a strategy on David.ai and then how to connect it to incubate.trade. You're always going to need TradingView, even for David.ai. So unless we start building them in Python, and then that could run on a server, so you wouldn't need it. So you'd have to use the TradingView strategy, the David.ai, and inside of the boilerplate there'll be a connection for incubate.trade. Yes.
Okay, but you don't create a feature that will send the strategies that we find with David.ai to incubate.trade?
That would be a great idea, like a one-click button where you go and it just opens a new page inside it. Yeah, great idea, very good idea. Didn't think of it, but yes, very good idea.
Because I'm sure I will probably create hundreds, if not thousands of strategies.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
And it will be difficult to do that all manually by uploading them to incubate.trade.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. It'd be a great idea for it to have like a one-click button. It'd be nice, even if I'm not sure how possible this is, that if you can somehow put in, like I said, I don't know how possible it is. Everything's possible in code, but I don't know how possible it is for inside of David.ai for there to be a button where you enter your username for TradingView and your password, and then that literally uploads the Pine script directly to TradingView for you, and then creates a page on incubate.trade. and eventually even sets up the alerts for you. That would be even better, so that you could do all of that. Like I said, maybe a bit dreamy, but everything's possible in code, so it might be possible to do that.
That will be nice. Yes.
Yeah, it'd be very
But
nice. Yeah.
for for managing incubate.trade, we don't
Yes.
need alerts.
Yes, you will need alerts from TradingView. It works in exactly the same way as Trigger Trade and Bybit works. You go onto TradingView, you set up the trading strategy inside of TradingView. It alerts incubate.trade, and it just records all of the data from incubate.trade. From TradingView, sorry.
Okay, because I thought you said at the end of the day it downloads all the data from TradingView, but then
no.
No?
Yeah, it does. It downloads all of the settings. Sorry, it downloads the settings so that you've got a copy of the length of the RSI and all of that, just in case, like I said, you went away and you changed the chart and forgot what settings you were using. At least you'll be able to find those settings for your indicator easily.
Yeah. Okay, but for the performance, when there are trades, they will be added when there comes an alert during the day?
Yes. It alerts directly like it would to Bybit. It doesn't need the stop loss anymore, like I said. It takes care of all of that as if it was a trading bot. As before, it relied on 4 alerts. Now it's only 1, so it's better, but it does rely on it.
How many alerts do we have with premium? Limited?
For incubate.trade? Or for
TradingView?
I believe it's unlimited when you're on premium. I'm not sure. If Vlad's about, if he doesn't mind having a look for me, or William, I'm not sure how many alerts there are. I know free has like 1, doesn't it? That was why.
Because
that's just 1.
Yeah.
But you cannot use webhook on the free one, so just on the mobile phone or something. So you need to have like a paid subscription in order to use webhooks.
Yes, yeah.
And is this then the best option to work like this, or can there need for some people maybe not an option to download all the statistics at the end of the day?
Maybe we could do some kind of import function as well as a CSV file or something like that. We could do that as well. This is like very much like Trigger.trade, a product that will be evolving in the future. There's quite a few like trading journals out there where you can import data from Excel or whatever. I was looking for something that was connected directly to TradingView, so you could just leave it in the background, come back in 3 months' time and go, right, okay, this one had 100 trades, this one had 20 trades, the win rate stayed roughly the same. I was looking to offer sort of that because that's how I work. I build trading strategies, leave them in the background to create the Excel spreadsheet that I've created using Python. Now I'll be using this web UI form so that it records. Like I said, it was there before. It just wasn't very, very good. As now it's much better. So we can involve. Yeah.
But I can imagine for beginners,
yes,
that it's maybe difficult because they not have much alerts, and a premium is maybe for some people a lot of money.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
And when there's then, for example, another method that doesn't need alerts, it can maybe help you to get more Trium members when no alerts are needed. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe that there's a Chrome extension that allows us to pick up the alerts even if there isn't a webhook URL. I'll have a look into that. Maybe I can build something that sits in the Chrome and then activates even without a webhook URL. I'll have a look at that. It's a great idea. Thank you, Marco. So that was incubate.trade. So the idea, like I said, is like a trading journal. It gives you an idea of how trading strategies work outside of backtesting on real-time data. So That's the kind of idea behind that. And then we've been working also on testing.trade, which has no website at the moment out there at the moment. Currently it's Python scripts that I've uploaded to GitHub, but there'll be some kind of web UI by the end of next week. What it does is it does a Monte Carlo test on strategies. So it takes the data from TradingView, downloads the data from TradingView. Obviously, you have to share the chart, downloads it, takes a random period, takes random data from that period, and then tests it and creates a chart which would give you a random idea of how potentially a trading strategy would work. And then I've been looking also, one of my tools that I've been using since the very beginning is winrate.io by Joel Crypto. Used it from the very, very beginning. Love the tool. Just want to offer a kind of an alternative which allows us to do exactly the same as winrate.io, but runs on X number of tries in a loop. So it creates something that looked like this on winrate.io. So you'd put in a form, or you could just put your TradingView URL in there, I should imagine. But currently it works as a form. The win rate, the fees from Bybit. Let's go to winrate.io. Winrate.io. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should ever move from this tool because it's very, very good. Oh no, hold on. There we go. He's got a website problem. Okay. Anyway, so winrate.io has a problem today. So let me just make sure that I've actually chose the right website there. Winrate.io. Simulate profit. Yeah, that was right. Okay, it's got a problem today, unfortunately. So you put in your win rate, you put in your number of trades, you put in things like your fees, Bybit fees or fees for Binance or whatever you're using. You put in how many trades, your percentage of take profits percentage and stop loss percentage. And then you run that on a random a number of new trades, and it will give you potentially what you could have earned on a random, very much like this. I wanted to run this on cycles of things like 100 tries, so you'd get 100 trades times 100 times, and then give you an average yellow line in the middle, just so that you could see a little bit even more randomized to see potentially what a trading strategy would perform like if it had a win rate of 60%, 100 trades, and whether the first trade was a win, the second trade was a loss, or the first trade was a loss and the second trade was a win. It changes the equity curve every time, and I wanted to run 100 times in a go, so I didn't have to press the button 100 times, and give me an average of all of those running. So they're going to be tools that you'll be able to find on testing.trade. There is no Monte Carlo test for trading strategies inside of TradingView, so I'm building something for that as well, so that we could use that randomization method as well to see potentially how a trading strategy would work on the win rates and on the trades using random data. So it just helps. What I'm trying to do is help us move out of the mindset of not even mindset, but the profitable trading strategies of 100,000%, moving out of that idea and trying to move to things that are completely not overfitted and potentially would earn a decent amount of return, and not be things that you put on the chart, expect lots of wins, and when you get when they do come back to you and they're losing trading strategies, you're not disappointed because, well, you just understand all of these methods of not overfitting your trading strategy and finding best setups as such. Sorry, lost line of thought there. So those tools will be available on testing.trade. Like I said, next week. There's the schedule. No, there's the schedule. There's the schedule there. I'll be going through each and every one of them one by one. Every day releasing the tool, even though a lot of them already been released, releasing and talking about the tools as the week goes through. Discord. Vlad is doing a load of changes to the rooms and making it a little bit more easy to go through because there's lots of mess and noise that be inside of the Discord. Nobody can find things, so Vlad's come up with a load of list of things that need to be removed because they're no longer being used. And I quite like this format of forums here. So my idea was to come back over here. If I go over here and find the lab, wherever it is, there, the lab, is to have a couple of rooms like this. Suggest an idea for David room, the future strategies room. If I close this up here, is it going to close the whole? There you go. Future strategies. This one here is for tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow with the equity curve like that. My settings are there, so you can find the settings pretty simply. Like always, it's a start for the settings. It isn't the best settings in the world. You could probably find better, but at least you'll be able to find the equity curve in one place, the settings in one place. You'll be able to find other people's settings, I hope, inside that one place. The lab, I'm going to do the lab for ideas, and then we'll have these strats or the strategies for the current strategies that are available and the future strategies, so that we can move between the two and find them easy enough. The lab, I guess, would be sort of what used to be ideas for David, so that we can suggest ideas to myself and each other, find some open source strategies like these ones here, and build some strategies off of that. That was pretty much Discord. I mean, there really wasn't a huge difference. Like I keep saying, I'm moving towards offering more open source stuff with the David.ai. Suggesting doing some workshops. Going to upload them to something like teachable.com so we can find them easier, because inside Discord it just is a mess of messages that it's not mess, but yeah, it is it's not organized. Nobody can find anything, so trying to find ways of organizing these webinars and things like that a bit better. But that isn't really, there. Trader.dev. So I told you there's a lot of stuff here to be added. Right, trader.dev. I'll go through this quickly. I wanted to build something on ChatGPT or OpenAI. Been looking at ideas, been speaking with a couple of members for ideas using ChatGPT. There's a couple of ideas come up. So first one is a text-based trading automation bot where you type in, I want to build a indicator for the RSA above 70, whatever, some kind of indicator. You type it in. This ChatGPT clone in its own way. It will use the OpenAI natural language processing system. It will build you the indicator, and then you'll be able to inside of trader.dev run that as a bot. So it will run as if you were running it off of your own machine, and take trades when a trade is possible, or all of your variables are met. It's going to be based on sorry, excuse me, 2 seconds again. I need to. Yeah, so it's going to have a backtesting and optimization method inside of it, very much like David.ai, but it'll be using backtesting.py, I should imagine, or vector.bt. And it's just an idea. Well, it's not an idea. It's something that I've been working with another developer on at the moment. So we're working on fine-tuning ChatGPT to be able to create these indicators. Very much like David.ai, but instead of randomly building hundreds of indicators and then just giving you the best ones, this will allow you to create a code just by talking to it, very much like ChatGPT does already, but you'll be able to run it off of the same system, so you don't have to move away from the website. copy and paste it into your computer and get it working, install Python, all of those kind of things. This will just be a way of talking to a ChatGPT system, and the ChatGPT system will develop the code, which is built on inside of a boilerplate that I've built inside of Python. You'll be able to then run it through backtesting and optimization, and then you'll be able to connect it to bots and leave it running in the background inside of my servers here, as if it was a bot that was running off your own computer. So it'll be no code. So there'll be no code whatsoever. It'll be a no-code situation, but you'll be able to build your own bots from your own knowledge and all of the indicators out there. And like I said, it's very much like DaviddTech, David.ai was in January. It's very much in the idea to development stages. I thought it'd be quite cool to have something that you can talk to and develop them and just leave it to, well, kind of leave it to run to optimize and also connect to bots with just a couple of steps.
David,
Yes.
did you try the competitor from ChatGPT, Bart?
There's a couple of them. Which one?
Bart.
Oh, but yeah. I've tried that one. I tried. There's a couple of. I still get the best results myself from ChatGPT. I don't know about yourself.
Only tested ChatGPT.
Okay.
Bart not yet, but from what I read is Bart using more recent data.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. The ChatGPT. I subscribed to about a week ago, their $20 module, and I've got to say that the Pine script scripts that it throws out are much better than they were. Things are much more up to date than they were. Apparently, Bing Bing has been rolling out its search engine model, so hopefully we'll see some more updates to ChatGPT soon as well. But I've got to say, for myself, ChatGPT has been like having 10 developers helping me code. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, William will tell you, William probably hates it, the amount that I talk about it, but I mean, it honestly, I sit coding. Well, I don't even code that much anymore. I just tell it what I want, and it spits out the code, and I just copy and paste it. It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it is. It's like having so many developers, and for anybody who doesn't know how to code, it is such a brilliant way of learning to code. As far as I'm concerned about it just is very, very good. But I can't wait for the new updates to it.
But still no version 5?
For PyScript?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, it's updated to version 5. There's still a couple of problems, like when you have an input, for example, a user input for the forms and the settings. Sometimes it comes up with errors because it throws out a bit of code that tells you for a float, the input.float, and it puts it into a variable inside. But they're very simple errors that you can fix quite easily. I found a way of fixing it as well, which took me ages and ages. And if you could share the things, it would be so much easier, but you can't. I literally copied and pasted the whole of documentation for version 5, page by page, into ChatGPT. And it gives me code which is excellent now, because I've copied and pasted all of the documentation in. But it takes a lot of time to do. But you only need to do it once, because you can talk to it as if it's the same developer building different scripts each time. But if you do that, it does do almost perfect PineScript.
Nice. So it's still learning to improve the code.
Yes, it is still learning to improve the code. Yeah, there's a couple of errors, a couple of bugs, but it is the version 5 now.
Okay, great. Because before we always needed to add some code like PA dot or some other fixes.
Yeah, there is a couple of like errors, like I said, but things like TA before, where you had to type in TA dot and then the name of an RSI or whatever. Now that is working fine. It's version 5. It does strategies and indicators, because before it did, I can't remember what it was on version 4, but the header used to be something else, and now it's strategy and indicator. So that works fine. All of that kind of thing. There's 2 models on ChatGPT now. When you go GPT, let me try and log in. OpenAI ChatGPT. Let me try and find it.
We can only add a limited code, without subscription.
I don't know what the limitation on code is. There's still a limitation on number of lines, and that depends on their server load. What I've learned to do myself, instead of the bot learning, it's me that's learning, is to talk to it in functions as such. So, for instance, I give it a global idea of what I want at the beginning, and it will tell me, okay, that's fine, and then gives me a code, sort of like a template. And then I'll say to it, okay, can you just give me the snippet now for the RSI coming above the 70 level? And it'll give me the snippet. I also tell it in the prompt that I want 2 variables, go long and go short. 4, exit long, exit short, exit, go long, go short. And when all of the indicators that I add the variables are equal to true, it's then that I take my entry. That gives me my template, and then I just ask for snippets for the RSI, for instance. And it is very good. I mean, earlier I was building, still continually trying to build a smart money concepts trading strategy. I was speaking to ChatGPT, and I asked it about fair value gaps. It did not have any understanding whatsoever of fair value gaps. So I went away and found an article about fair value gaps. I said to it, you have a misunderstanding of fair value gaps. Here's an article about fair value gaps. Could you recode the strategy? And I copied and pasted that article in, and it read everything, understood that the highs and the lows, creating a gap as such between highs and lows, is where a fair value gap is made. And it literally coded a fair value gap as it should be coded, because it had that new knowledge. So it is extremely good. You just have to know where it understands and doesn't understand, and provide the information where it hasn't got the right information, and also ask more for snippets and functions than the whole of the Pine script, because it is limited on number of characters, and when you get to however many characters it is, it will block and stop, and then it will screw everything up and not work at all.
David, yeah, I think that's like really interesting regarding, like, obviously teaching it about, like, obviously for your example there, the fair value gap and stuff like that. Because, you know, I find with obviously trading smart money myself,
yes,
you can definitely get in too early, and I think like, obviously you get like I know you're familiar with MentFX, aren't you? You know, yes. any strategy. Well, obviously he's one who sticks by saying like a double MB, which is just literally a market structure shift and then a breaker structure.
Yep.
And I think, you know, I think 15-minute time frames is very good. Obviously, you've worked on this yourself. 15-minute time frames works very well upon all your strategies. Yeah. And I think that's the same with the smart money concepts as well. The 15-minute works really, really well. But it's just a matter of being patient and not getting in too early when you see that first break. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. But with regards to programming ChatGPT, like, you could definitely have something in there where it's like, this position can't be taken until this happens. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like just saying, like, making your own interpretation on it, where, like, you know, I use your smarter money indicator for when I'm trading. And sometimes what I find with myself is, like, obviously I want to get in early, and I you know what I mean, I can get in too early, but I feel like if ChatGPT could go, no, your strategy is this, and you can't get in until this has happened. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit of a bit of like an accomplice with how you trade, someone who can reassure you on what you're doing, just to get, or someone who can just give you an indication and say, right, this is where you would look to place your OTE, so to speak. Do you get what I mean by that?
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly can do that. And if I can help with like going through things on ChatGPT, because like I said, I use it daily, all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, all the time. I was looking for something to do on Wednesdays, or maybe we can do something on a Sunday where we can do a ChatGPT like prompting. I don't consider myself a prompt expert in the slightest, but I do use it daily for coding. So maybe we could generate a smart money indicator together on a Wednesday or a Sunday, and I'll go through how to get chat to GPT to give you exactly what you need for that indicator.
Definitely. I was going to say with the obviously that strategy where I use with smart money, it's like the returns. If you can get it right. I think the only issue you find is a human element of it, where you can definitely that's where I find that I can try and get into early too sometimes, and that's where I lose my money. So it's like if I could have that reassurance from an indicator to go, wait a minute, there's no OTE, wait and be patient. That'd be great,
Yeah. I love smart money. We've got scopers in here all the time. I love smart money and ABCs. From the very beginning, my problem is trying to code them, but I seem to be finding more and more documents. Marco sent me loads of documentation and things like that, which is helping me find a code aspect to the order blocks and the fair value gaps and all of that. Because just bouncing off of an order block seems to work on some strategies. I mean, I've got one out there, and it's one of the most popular ones, which is the OB strategy. But I'm sure that there's a much better strategy with smart money. I'm just constantly digging at it and trying to find it, and hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to give a brilliant smart money strategy to everybody, and maybe. Like you just said, maybe if we do it together on a live stream with, a live stream, I mean a Discord meeting, do a chat GPT, and if somebody can go through their rules, and then we can generate it together. I'd love that idea. It's a great idea. And we can do it, like I said, on one of the days. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah, brilliant.
Fantastic. Right. So that was that really. So as I said, there's lots of things going on in the background. I'm really looking forward to next week. I already spoke about David.ai, where it's the trading strategy generator for TradingView. The idea of David.ai has sort of come around the Christmas period. It's a random indicator builder. It looks like this. Is it still on schedule for March? Yes, we are. It looks like this currently. What it does is it literally takes, I think it's 40 odd indicators that I've coded in. Well, I haven't coded. It uses... I've coded some of them because I want it to be perfect fit with TradingView, but a lot of them already were anyway. So I use TALib. It randomly chooses X number of strategies. If you click on this button here, it'll tell you at X number of indicators, RSI, MAs, whatever they are. There's 40 in there at the moment. There'll be more. It randomly chooses those, sets them on random settings for the beginning, and then spits out one. I think it was more than that. It's like 15 strategies per second it can go through, and it's spitting out strategy after strategy, and then if it passes, it goes into this pass strategy. Now the pass means that it's got. For instance, here you'd set in here a minimum of a Sharpe ratio of 1. It's got 20% profit and things like that, and it's just going to spit out strategies until it finds strategies for your set symbol up the top here. On the period that you're on, it will find the strategies that pass and then puts them into a wallet. The wallet looks like this here. So it's got a list of all your strategies with the Sharpe ratio, the win rate, trades, return, drawdown. I know these ones don't look particularly impressive at the moment, but that's just because they're tests. It puts them into a wallet for you. You have a wallet with X number of space in it at the moment. and that saves all the settings of that strategy for you. And then it moves on to the next part of the strategy, which is this is the general information page. This is what it looks like. Gives you the names, tells you what the entries and the exit points are, etc. Gives you some graphs and things like that. Yeah, oh, great stuff. Okay. And then it has an optimizer, so it goes away and optimizes for you. You'll be able to optimize for all of these values. Each and every value will be listed in there. It optimizes it until it finds the best settings for you, and then saves those best settings into a wallet. And then you'll be able to click this button up here, which allows you to download the Pine script for TradingView. So you can imagine, like Marco just said, that you'll be able to have access to thousands of trading strategies for diversifying your trading portfolio from not just crypto, because I want to be able to add FOREX and things like that into it from other data sources. You'll be able to build trading strategies with ease, find strategies, then connect them up to the incubate.trade, so you can forward test them and test them using all of the methods that I was talking about earlier, creating tons of trading strategies. And the idea is that as a community, the trading strategies that seem to be winners will be displayed obviously to the whole community, so we can like share and find the best possible strategies out there using the power of the one server and lots of members trying to find at the same time best settings. So that is still on schedule and should be the first release with the generate and optimization and all of that should be at the end of this month. There'll be screenshots and maybe a couple of access given to a couple of people throughout the month, and then the main beta access, meaning everybody in the group who wants to just play around with it, knowing that it's in beta and still wants to play around with it, will have access to David.ai at the end of this month. So there you go. There'll be some bigger giveaways at the end of the beginning of next month. Bybit have come to DaviddTech, as you know. Bybit helps us out with lots of things, lots of giveaways. They also help with the development of Trigger.ai and all of those kind of things. They've asked to do a big giveaway with us, so they're offering an iPhone 14 or the value in USDT. And I said that the DaviddTech community would also add a couple of other prizes. So the beginning of next month, keep your eyes open for the big giveaway for next month. And that is pretty much all of the updates. I've taken up almost an hour of your time, if not more, I should imagine. I don't know how long it's been going on, but it certainly is a long time.
An hour and 5 minutes.
Hour and 5 minutes. There you go. Not bad. On your Sunday. Sorry about this, guys. But anyway, yeah, so that's all there. I've also got Kevin Davey, who would still like to come and talk. Hopefully he'll come and talk sometime. I know that Vlad said that he would like to come and watch a couple of our live streams. I'm not even sure he might even be in here. And there's a couple of other algo traders that would like to come and talk about algo trading with us in the month of March, hopefully, which will be nice because gives us some point of views, different point of views than just my one. I don't know if anybody's got any questions for me, other than the fake DaviddTech that's trying to give 15 Bitcoin away on my Facebook page. DaviddTech is awesome. He gave 1.08 Bitcoin. That's very nice of him. Is Incubate a replacement for Trigger Trade? No, Incubate is a paper trading account. That was that. But I feel like David should give me a 5 minute in the live. I'm not sure, but you said you'd like to come and talk. Come on in. Like when Tama was in Discord, yeah, man, come and talk to us. I don't know if you're in Discord. He said they would like a 5-minute segment. Sorry. Come and give your ideas, mate. Anytime. If you're about, please do. Mr. Knight. Hello, Mr. Knight. No problem.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you going?
About David.ai. Or
Yes.
what for take profits did you cut?
So there's several ways of taking entries. I've based the system on a guy called NNFX, No Nonsense FOREX, because the boilerplate was built on that, and that's been very much my style from the beginning. So the exits work in several different ways. It works in percentage, like normal pips, and also you can use ATRs and another or another indicator for take profits. There is also another rule for a emergency exit, as I call it, where price breaks below an EMA, and that will be coded in there for as well, and an exit rule for that as well. So it has all of those exits in there. When I said,
edit.
yeah, sorry,
Pips.
sorry, Marco, it cut off just as you were speaking.
Yeah. Pips are also added for Forex trading?
Yeah, pips are added. Yes, yeah, pips are added as well. Yeah, ATRs, all of those good things. And when I say no nonsense Forex, don't know if anybody really knows, but I spoke about them a couple of times. The idea behind the trading strategy is it finds a trend, for instance, an EMA. This is the idea behind the generator, anyway. Uses a trend, so it uses an EMA for a trend, or like I just like to this week's one, the McGinley trend, or a super trend, or something like that. It generally tries to find a trend, and then it uses another indicator, which you've got the choice of number of indicators that you use. Those are confirmation indicators, so a crossover on a RSI, a crossover on, I don't know, on a wave trend. You can choose the number of indicators on that. That will confirm your entry, and then it adds a stop loss and risk management using things like ATRs, or the like in the boilerplate you can use stop loss of percentage and things like that. So it'll randomly go through all of that, but the actual boilerplate that's built behind David.ai is based on no nonsense Forex kind of plan.
Okay. And dynamic algo. Did you also add that?
Dynamic, no, it isn't there at the moment, but it will probably be in sort of like the version 0.2, but it isn't there yet.
Okay. And other question, did you consider, probably, I'm not sure, to convert all TradingView strategies to test with David.ai?
Currently it works the other way around. The idea is to build something so that we've got something that works, a minimum viable product, if you will, so that I can share with everybody and get your feedback and ideas and things like that. Things like converting a Pine script into something that would work on the server and get thingy would be more the trader.dev idea, where you'll be able to copy and paste code into that, and the bot or the chat GPT would recognize it, convert it into what we need, and then you'll be able to optimize and backtest it using that. So yeah, that would be possible more on the trader.dev website.
We don't have the code. How can we do that?
For which indicator?
All your indicators, smart money, OB, whatever.
A lot of my code, like the boilerplate. I've like I said, I'm going to try and build a boilerplate in open source over the next couple of weeks with you guys on live streams. The OBs and things like that, I share as snippets, but everything that comes out of David.ai will be 100% open source. So you'll be able to get that. And then I want to go back, like you see with the lab, to more open source in there. So any scripts that you want to see, just post them in there. Things like Johnny's ABC, obviously I've been working with Johnny, so that's his kind of code. But other than that, I will happily share OBs and any of the strategies that I've managed to build since the beginning. I'll happily share. And with David.ai, you'll get a boilerplate anyway. So everything will be open source at that point. David, what about other exchanges? Other exchanges, currently, like I said, to be able to provide a product so that everybody can play around with it, I've decided to like pinpoint using Bybit. As soon as Bybit's done, I'll add Polygon.io. I think it's called Polygon.io probably, or Algo. I think there's the one. There's lots of different premium data sources out there. As soon as I've finished Bybit, I'll add those. It'll be very simple, but I just want to be able to get a minimum, like I keep saying, a minimum viable product so that everybody can sort of like get in and play around with it and tell me what they need. And then I'll start adding other exchanges. Like I said, I'll add FOREX and that kind of thing as well at the same time. Thanks for the work. No problem. The changes are excellent. Thank you. Right, let me have a look in the open chat aside here. Gary. Is there an optimizer update? Yes, there is an optimizer update that went this morning, was validated this morning by Google. So you should start seeing that rolling out today sometime. There's another one coming out. Well, as soon as that one was validated, I sent in the next one for Monday or Tuesday next week. So you should have an update today and an update on Monday or Tuesday next week. The one for Monday, Tuesday next week, there was a couple of updates inside of it. There's a couple of things that I've been talking to Matt about, who's in the group. I don't think he's in the live stream today, but we've obscured any data where it says API key and things like that, so that does no longer included at all. Also, I'm looking to try and record the data like we used to as a group, a general sort of like a general chat inside of DaviddTech Discord, so that we can sort of share our results inside Discord as a group, because it was something that used to be huge inside of our Discord. There was a humongous database of results. I'm trying to integrate that back in, so that you should see working again today sometime. And those new updates should be sort of Monday or Tuesday next week. With David.ai, we'll be able to create a strategy. Will you be able to use private indicators? Depends whether you've got this David.ai. David.ai uses 40 indicators, things like RSIs, EMAs. I'm adding more as I go along, very much like the question about exchanges. I've got 40 in there at the moment. I've stopped at that because I needed to move on to the next parts of DaviddTech. David.ai, but as soon as I've finished sort of like the first beta version, I'll start adding things like Market Cipher, as you quoted. There are open source versions of Market Cipher in there, things like the blue waves, sorry. They will be included, yes, because they're code that I've got, so I'll be adding them. Lux Algo depends on the indicator. It depends on the indicator and if there's an open source version of it. Steve said he's gone for dinner, Vlad. Okay. I think I managed to get through most of the stuff. Hopefully tomorrow will be very much beginner friendly. when I come in. I'm not sure what times to do it. I should imagine it'll be early afternoon tomorrow. I'll let everybody know inside Discord. Like I said, Monday is just literally introducing DaviddTech to anybody who is new here. Setting up your environment, and then Tuesday we'll go through the optimizer, and then we'll do a chat GPT day throughout somewhere. We'll do a chat GPT day as well, which I look forward to because, like I said, I use all the time. Anybody got any questions before I leave you to
tomorrow,
your Sunday? Yes.
The strategy for tomorrow, is that Simpson or McKinley?
McGinley.
Okay.
McGinley. I'm trying to find strategies which are slightly outside of the box. So the Simpson rule, the McGinley, things that aren't often talked about. Instead of just trying to find strategies on YouTube, because I think I've pretty much done as many as I can find on there, things like super trends and things like that. I'm trying to find indicators that aren't talked about much. So the Simpson rule is for next week as well, and McGinley as well. Simpson rule looks good on paper, but I haven't been able to find any great settings, so that's why I haven't released it yet. But the McGinley has all right settings, has good settings. I like the McGinley. It is a good indicator. This one here. The dynamic indicator here. I mean, it's been giving me some good results.
Several time frames?
Not the McGinley by itself is something that I'm planning on maybe adding to the boilerplate, because I've been testing it with other strategies, and it seems to be very good at finding the trend. Obviously, it's what its main job is, to find a trend. In the current one, which it is at the moment, not the best settings in the world, but I do think that the McGinley has potential to give us some very good setups mixed in with other indicators. But when you look at some of the entries, they are excellent. Let me try and remove this one here. If I move the ATR bands, I mean, even on low numbers, I mean, you can see these numbers here. I was playing with a smart money one that I was playing with earlier. I said that one there, I think, maybe. Let me have a look. McGinley. McGinley buy sell. Smart money one here, fair value gap cloud. Where's the money gone? Up here. And you look at some of these entries that are validated with some of them, where it crosses over just here, and you got the McGinley there, this one above there, and you got a strong buy there. I mean, it gives us some very good entries with some good confirmations. We come back over here, and we find the top, waiting for it to go under. We could have taken an entry there. Obviously, in hindsight, as always, but they seem to validate each other very well.
It's tomorrow.
The McGinley trend, yes, it's tomorrow, yes. These kind of things that I just experiment on. Like I said, maybe on a Wednesday we could go through. This was just a fair value gap moving average that I built quite a long time ago, whilst looking for some smart money. All it does is it literally takes the fair value gaps above and below and gives an average between the two on a certain period, creates this cloud over here, and then the McGinley just gives us our trend, and it seems to do quite good at giving some entries and validating between the two. But if anybody's interested in looking at that one together, I could do that sometime during the week as well.
Okay. Always good to diversify.
Yes, totally. Yeah, that's my plan for the rest of this year, is to try and get some FOREX and some, I've got FOREX accounts and things like that, but get some strategies running on FOREX more, get some different kinds of strategies like you've seen, more mean reversion and things like that, looking at arbitrage and other strategies as well, diversifying as much as I possibly can.
You still think that arbitrage must be possible?
I don't know. There is so many open source projects, and they're all talking about the hedge funds using arbitrage for their strategies more than the kind of strategies that we're talking about today. I've backtested a lot of them, and haven't really found anything exceptional, to be honest. I also did the course, which was the Wizard Crypto. I believe he's hopefully going to come in here as well and talk about it. He talks about arbitrage as well. He goes through a full course on Udemy, teaches you everything about arbitrage, and says pretty much the same sort of thing as I do, that he's been doing it, looking for settings for a long while, and hasn't actually found any great settings for his arbitrage system. So I don't know, to be honest, Marco. It's lots of people are talking about it, but nobody seems to be sharing great settings or finding any system that they want to share with everybody. And maybe that's a sign that it's working and they're hiding the settings for themselves. It's just something that I haven't stumbled across yet.
Yeah, I can imagine that it will be difficult on exchanges like Bybit and Binance with high volume.
Yes, yeah, because they are hyper efficient, such. So yes, yes,
Indeed.
Bybit is. I've always tested on Bybit because I started with Binance. We moved over to Bybit because everybody was using Bybit here. And arbitrage systems that I've backtested, I haven't found anything really.
Yeah, I had also problems in the past with CryptoHopper. Never had any luck.
Yes, yeah, that system seemed to be absolutely brilliant for a long while, and I don't know what it's like now, but we had a couple of people that were using it for a long while. I don't know how it is now.
Yeah, I stopped working on it, so I've not used it last month. So I don't know how it is currently.
No, neither do I, to be honest.
But yeah, that's also due to the fact that we can't use Binance with futures trading.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yes, very true. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we had a
Crypto that has problems with the Dutch law, so they're not too allowed that.
Okay. That's kind of kills it, I guess. I suppose maybe it'd be something we could talk about. If Bybit come in, we can talk to them about it. Maybe, I don't know if they would give away that kind of information, but
we can always ask.
We can always ask, absolutely. All right. Okay, well, yep. I've gone through all the updates, I think. That's cool. Johnny will be on tomorrow as well. Scope will be on Friday. Brad's going to be doing some beginner-friendly streams as well, and William will be with me doing trigger trade during the week as well. And I guess I'll leave everybody to their Sunday. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you, huge thank you to you, Marco, again, for all the help you've given me in the Optimiser. Thanks to William and Brad as always.
Thanks for everything, David.
No problem. Have a good Sunday, everybody. Take care.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.